I'm Candace Parker, and you're watching 2K TV.
On 2K TV this week, WNBA icon from the LA Sparks, Candace Parker. The Neighborhood Scout is back to tip off new neighborhood events. We're going behind the scenes of the My Career story and showcasing your best dunks from 2K Day.
Welcome to 2K TV. I'm Alexis Morgan.
And I'm Chris Manning. We hope you are enjoying NBA 2K20.
There's so much to check out in the game, but one of the biggest additions is the WNBA.
Yes, all your favorite players and teams are included, and recently the WNBA playoffs tipped off.
And we caught up with future Hall of Famer and superstar Candace Parker at the MoCap studio. Let's take a look. Welcome to 2K TV, Candace Parker. I am fangirling out right now. I'm like, oh, it's just an honor to be in your presence.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. So what's it like being in 2K? Like, this is a historic moment for WNBA. This is awesome.
No, I think that this is great. You know, the first person I called was my nephew. He's like the biggest 2K fan, and his response was like, what's your rating gonna be?
Rating?
And I was like, okay, well, we'll
Work at the gym, yeah, I see it.
And I'm the first one in shape.
Yeah.
Like,
Well,
why do I got?
ready for this long bus ride?
A lot going on here in the Queen City. There's Tryon Street in Uptown Charlotte, home of the Hornets. Hi and welcome everyone here on 2. And taking a broader look here at the year-over-year scoring trend for Lopez.
And maybe it's shocking, maybe not too shocking, but the scoring trend over the last few years has been going down a bit. I'm sure it's something he's well aware of, and we'll see if that continues to be the case.
Now a look at Dallas's starting lineup. Doncic and Porzingis, the incredible forward pair. Farrell is out there with Lee. And it's Marjanovic in at the 5 spot. And for Charlotte, Bismack Biyombo is out there with Washington. And there's Monk, then there's Brown, and it's Bridges in at the small forward position.
Nothing better than a hustle play like that. It gets the whole team amped up, sets the example for everyone.
The drive by Jay, and the layup's good off the glass. Well, you figured that this would be coming. But Shea was officially named to the field of players in the NBA Rising Stars game at All-Star Weekend. Greg, that should be a fun one.
Kevin, I think we all saw this coming with the way Shea has been playing. Great honor for him, and if you look at the rosters for this game, you can see just how much young talent has infused the NBA the last couple seasons.
Now when it comes to load management strategy, Doris, should coaches do it along the way as opposed to waiting until the last, say, quarter, third of the season?
Well, Kev, I think you can look to the San Antonio Spurs, who I think were the first to really look hard at what we would now describe as load management. And I think the one thing is you're trying to just make sure guys are prepared for the most important point of the season. You've got to win enough to get in the playoffs and be positioned well, but your guys have also have to be healthy at the end of the year.
And both free throws good for Shea.
Well, when you talk to his teammates, they have so much more respect for Shea's off-the-court endeavors. This guy is so much more than just a basketball player.
Now, here's Doncic. Coming off a solid outing against Washington. Marjanovic shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. It's going to be on Shea. The Mavericks shooting their first free throws of the night right here.
Yeah, and over the course of the season, they're a respectable 78%. That comes in handy in close games.
Well, you think the ownership style of the Mavericks, something the league had to adjust to. Very active, very outspoken. Sometimes I think that rubbed people the wrong way. But now you get the sense it's almost the new normal.
And you try to take any award talk with a grain of salt at this stage of the season, but it's hard to deny that Che has decidedly thrown his hat into the ring for Rookie of the Year.
Well, you and I were just talking. There's a lot of time left, but when you watch what Che has done so far in this season and the impact that he's had, to me, I think you too, there's no question that he at least deserves consideration for Rookie of the Year. And the Mavericks, we know, have been trendsetters, investing in development and in technology.
Kevin, they have always been on the cutting edge of data collection and then using that data to give them a competitive advantage. When you're in a business, it's always about what's next? How can I be better?
Now, here's Doncic. His numbers are looking pretty good. He's got his scoring average up around 18.5 points a game.
Well, it can't get worse than this. 0 for 4 to start.
Brown, good.
Yeah, they're going to have a nice little run here.
And just under 2.5 minutes elapsed here in the first. Farrell passes to Lee. Now, Doncic. A floater, and he sinks the layup.
Boy, Luka Doncic excels in the two-man game. You handle the rock with perfection. Nicely done, young sir.
Bridges, no one around him. Drills it from outside.
This is as good as it gets for a first quarter in terms of shooting the basketball.
Bridges against Doncic. Now the pass to Porzingis. The 11-footer. It's Biyombo with the rebound. Charlotte leading by 9. And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Well, earlier I spoke with Rick Carlisle. So there's no question this team can shoot the ball. That's the philosophy he's instilled here. The long-range shooters they've got, he wants them to move the ball from one side of the floor to the other. And then take that first open look that's available. Kevin?
Thanks, David. Always want to get those threes falling consistently. And Dallas calls their first time out of the game.
And with their offense sputtering, coaches got to get them back on track.
And to me, they're just taking too many tough shots. And when they do get an easy one, the confidence just isn't there.
So a whole new group on the floor now for Charlotte. And the Mavericks will go for a different look here. Dwight Powell's checked in for Marjanovic. Hardaway comes in for Doncic. DeLon Wright, he's checked in for Lee. And it's Jalen Brunson in for Yogi Ferrell. Now here's Porzingis. He picked up 18 points in their last win against the Wizards in Washington.
Yeah, but he was the ultimate two-way player. Defensively, also doing a great job. A couple blocks in that game as well.
And Greg, as many expected, Porzingis getting a huge deal from Dallas to keep him a Mav for a long time.
Mavs feel he can be better than he was before the injury. Love the idea of pairing him long-term with Doncic. Signed him to a lengthy and sizable deal to be the core of their future.
Mavericks trail by 9. Outside Hardaway. White against Rozier. Pass to Brunson. Shot clock at 5. Three-pointer. Hornets with the rebound. Tough loss coming against the Rockets. So an almost entirely new group in now for Charlotte. Washington's checked in for Williams. Miles Bridges comes in for Nicholas Batum. Monk's checked in for Rozier. And it's Brown in for Ricky Rubio. Dallas also making some changes. Marjanovic checked in for Porzingis. Luka Doncic comes in for DeLon Wright. And Farrell subbed in for Jalen Brunson. Doris, who are some of your favorite players to interact with, interview, and question as you go through the season?
Yeah, I mean, there's so many guys. I think, certain people really give a lot of thought to their answers. So a Kyrie Irving, he wants to explain what he's thinking. He's willing to share and take a moment and consider the question. Kevin Durant, Steph Curry, Damian Lillard, all of these guys, when I ask a question, Kev, they'll pause for a moment, consider the question, and then respond. And for some somebody who's got to interview, there's nothing greater than having those guys willing to take some time with me.
Of course, and you always get great answers from them, too. So there's a great rapport there, I can see. We've got Bridges. Monk is out there with Brown. Then it's Brooke Lopez. And it's Washington in at the 4. So that's the lineup for Charlotte. Here's Monk. The Mavericks making the shot. The offensive rebound. Washington, that's good.
And boy, he can see blood in the water attacking a somewhat helpless team right now.
Well, you love that there's no let-up in how they're playing. They want to dominate every aspect, including second-chance points.
Snatched up. Good D by Lopez.
Boy, in that close, he's almost automatic. Boy, that's pretty good defense. Wow.
Shea drives in. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Doncic. And here's a look at some numbers for Doncic.
And the biggest takeaway when you look at his numbers is how good his three-point shooting has been the past 5 games. He's finding the open spots on the perimeter, and when he's getting good looks, boy, he is not missing.
Well, they're winning largely because of this guy's play. He has been sensational.
Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Pass to Marjanovic. Here's Farrell. Dallas needs to get off a shot. Hardaway from outside. A rebound by Washington. Washington's got his 4th rebound in this one.
And this quarter, he has clearly been off the mark.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
Thanks, Kevin. Shea in the last game against the Rockets had a huge night. He scored 22 points, and his assertiveness drew a lot of attention from the defense. He drew a good amount of fouls. That was just the latest in a string of very productive games for him. We'll see if he can keep this streak going, Kevin.
Thanks, David. He took command, and Greg really led the fight for his team.
You like someone who's willing to take control, but then again, tonight could turn out to be a different story.
I think, Greg, he's got to find the appropriate balance between not forcing it and not settling.
And I'm as excited as every other NBA fan to see what Shea does this coming offseason. Should be an interesting summer as he heads towards free agency.
Boy, you're right on that. I mean, you're with his age, GA, and the amount of talent and potential he has, I'm sure Shea will be the name talked about this summer. His move could shift the landscape, all of it, in this NBA. Now Lopez, after Tim Hardaway missed from long range. Brown finds Lopez. Back to Shea. Powell pulls it in. Powell's got rebound number 5 here tonight. 7-second difference, shot and game clock. Passes it to Hardaway. Doncic outside. With the floater, and the layup is up and in. Doncic has got his 2nd basket of the game.
There is this fundamental confidence to what Luka does, and those difficult floaters, no problem.
Outside Hardaway, over Monk. And so it's Charlotte out in front by 17 points at the end of the quarter. What a night they've had in terms of their shooting. Everything dropping in for them. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thanks, Brooke. Where is this team right now?
Oh, it's so exciting. You know, it's really thrilling to come out with such a great group of guys every night, you know, and play basketball. You know, it's a lot of fun.
Smiles on your face, Brooke. Thanks for the time. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks for the great interview, David. And we'll be back for the 3rd quarter of basketball following halftime. And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next 2 quarters are any different from the first 2. So far, it has been a runaway. Well, you look at Shea in this game, he has been everywhere.
No problems fighting his way to the rim in this one. A lot of points in close.
And part of that has to do with his mindset. He has been looking to push the action at every opportunity, and he has been in attack mode all night.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for the second half of basketball. On the floor right now for the Mavericks, Doncic and Porzingis, the incredible forward pair. Farrell is out there with Lee, and it's Marjanovic in at the 5 down low. Now Porzingis after the missed 3 from Malik Monk, and the foul called on Bismack Biyombo. That's his first foul. Charlotte on D. Here's Farrell. Taking a look at his numbers, he averages about 7 points a game.
In Yogi, we trust. Farrell making outstanding decisions in the pick and roll.
Here's Brown. Porzingis with the rebound.
That's one he knows he should have drained.
And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. You can't help but notice the teams are shooting earlier in the shot clock. One theory being the faster you shoot, the more possessions you get. Well, and the numbers would speak to that.
No doubt, Kevin. And the reality is, for announcers and for fans, that breakneck pace makes it more. Exciting for us. One NBA coach told me this past year that your field goal percentage in the first 10 seconds of the shot clock gives you your best opportunity to make it. And the longer that shot clock goes on, the more your field goal percentage dips. So, hey, good for us, good for the fans, good for the teams.
And that's because the defense has a chance to settle, correct?
Exactly right.
Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sideline.
Well, Kevin, Charlotte's had to wait a bit the last few years. Now, the city hosted the All-Star game last season, but for the Hornets, they've gone 3 seasons without a playoff appearance and 15 seasons without winning a playoff series. In that time, the franchise has had 7 head coaches and a shifting front office. The Buzz City is hoping that its wait for playoff relevance will end soon. Kevin?
We all are. David, thank you. Now here's Porzingis. 5 points in the game. Yep, it counts. Porzingis has got 7 points in the game.
Boy, how comfortable is KP in the mid-range? Porzingis, what touch.
Brown dishes to Williams. Back to Jay. Now here's Biyombo, guarded by Marjanovic. Just 5 on the clock. Biyombo kicks to Brown. Over right. Charlotte again missing.
And they're 1 of 4 here to start the second half.
Here's Lee outside. And the rebound goes to the Hornets. At the conclusion of this game, they're off to Detroit, where they'll face the Pistons. It's game 1 of a 3-game road trip.
The defense has got to start to make adjustments because Che just keeps putting it to them.
Now here's Wright. He's still scoreless so far in this one. Doncic passes to Marjanovic. To the middle. And it's Doncic. That time on the assist by Lee. 6 points for Luka Doncic.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
And you look at Luka Doncic, 6'7", about 220 doors. Is he a point guard? A point forward? I mean, where's he fit?
Well, I think in today's modern NBA, where we talk about positionless basketball, he's the perfect fit regardless of where you put it. He can defend wings, he can defend forwards, and offensively, you want him to be in command of the basketball.
Now, Wright, following the three-point attempt by Che. Back to Wright. Over in the corner, Lee. Launches it. Knocks down the 3 ball. Lee's got himself on the board with 3 there.
Well, this is the classic 3 and D guy, right? Lee just taking care of his role.
Brown lays it up and banks it in. And the Hornets lead by 14.
Well, I was very excited by the recent announcement that Che will be participating in this year's slam dunk contest. Rare do you get to see someone with his kind of athleticism and elevation take part.
I agree. And you know what, GA, with the other names announced, this could be one of the most memorable dunk contests in recent memory. Shea will have some tough competition for sure, but you know what? He might just be the favorite.
And the lack of rim protection, top of the list.
And the question they're going to have to answer to me is it a problem with the scheme or is it a problem with matchups?
So an almost entirely new group in now for Charlotte. Ball's knocked loose and taken away by Brown. They've got Jay. Bridges out there with Washington. And there's Monk, and it's Biombo at center. So that's the Hornets 5.
Well, that fast break all started with the defense from Che, makes the play and the pass.
Now, here's Doncic. He scores his 6th bucket from the floor with that one. He's shot the ball 11 times.
And you can just see he's a different player since coming back from halftime.
Charlotte leading by 10. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. It's on Porzingis.
Let's remember that GMs weren't sure about his dedication to the game, but Che's answered those questions with absolutely sensational play.
You can't help but notice the shoes that Che has on in this one. Those are his new custom colorways from Nike.
And I know that Che was involved with the Nike team when picking out which colors to use. Safe to say he made a great choice as his shoes are fire.
And the shot goes down.
Well, he had trouble making shots in the first period, but rounding into himself here in the second.
It's rebounded by Farrell. And here's Farrell. He'll bring it up for the Mavericks. It's a 10-point game, and he trims the lead to single digits.
And when Lee is using that speed on the attack, he's very dangerous. Crafty, nifty, shifty, you name it, he's got it.
And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
And you know what? You allow a guy to get right to the rim like that. That's your only option.
And Brown drops them both.
And he's given them a good contribution at the line tonight, getting there a lot and delivering on his opportunities.
Around 3 minutes gone here in the fourth quarter. It's good. Doncic has got 12 points in just the second half.
Luka Doncic is in distinguished company because his game is so far advanced for his age.
Here's Che. Gets the 14-footer to fall. And the Hornets lead by 10.
Just the height separation on that mid-range jumper. Excellent job of taking advantage.
And the foul called on Che. That's foul number 2 for him. 1:46 left in the fourth quarter of this one. Here's Farrell. Doncic trying to get open.
Well, Biombo's calling card, right? A terrific shot blocker. Boy, put it in his vicinity. He's sending it back.
Porzingis with the block. Over in the corner, Lee. Another 3 for Dallas.
Listen, this guy is not the most dangerous threat from there, but you have got to honor the shooting a little bit.
Hornets leading by 7. Monk dishes to Che. Corner shot. It's rebounded by Dallas.
The shot's there for him, and he's got to take it. I don't care if he doesn't convert. That's a shot he has to continue to take.
Here's Farrell. Out to Porzingis. Takes a 3. It falls! And now they trail by just 4.
Wow, Porzingis, no hesitation in the balance of the game. He delivers.
Here's Brown. Ambo trying to break free. 3-on-3. Lee passes to Farrell. This is to Doncic. No good that time. And he commits the intentional foul.
That's his first personal foul.
And the first of 2, no good. Heartbreaker.
Yeah, and the confidence Bridges plays with, really admirable. This guy knows he has the talent to compete in the NBA.
He's able to hit the second one, and that puts them up by 5. And the Mavericks call time here. They trail by 5. There's 31 seconds left in the fourth. Guys, what's your take?
And they need to use as little time as possible here. If they can get a bucket before the clock hits 24 seconds, they can try for a stop on the next possession. If there's less than 24, then they'll have to foul.
And now we've got a moment for our Jordan player of the game, Shea.
And what an amazing ball game we've seen from him. It's been a one-man show worth the price of admission all by itself. There wasn't anything he couldn't do on that court tonight.
All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, I heard Rick Carlisle during that last break talking with the team. He told them to stick with it. He said, this game is right here, guys. This is our game to take. Precision, purpose, and poise. Kevin, we'll see if they can get it done.
Knocked away. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
Well, you guys can see the speed of Yogi Ferrell puts the defense in a bind at times. This guy can be difficult to guard without fouling.
Gets the first, and that shrinks the margin to just 4. And so he makes both from the line.
Clutch. Those free throws turn this into a one-possession ball game.
And an intentional foul there stops the clock.
That's right. No other option but to foul and hope for some misses.
He drops the first one, and that gives them a 4-point cushion. He's off on the free throw and able to get that second one to drop in. Dallas calls timeout. They're trailing by 4. 17 seconds left to play here in the fourth. Guys, your thoughts?
Trying to stay alive, they've got to work quickly.
This is the very definition of desperation mode right now. They need a quick shot and a quick foul.
"17 seconds left in the game. Money! And he has brought them to within 2 points.
And that one sends the bench into a frenzy.
I'll tell you, these guys have worked so hard together. Everyone pulling in the same direction. Beautiful to watch.
Charlotte calls timeout. They lead by 2. There's 14 seconds left in the fourth quarter. There's 14 seconds left to play in the final quarter. And now they foul and stop the clock. First free throw is good, and that makes it a 3-point lead. And so he drops them both. It's a 4-point ball game.
Well, what a performer this guy is. Game is on the line. He stands up and delivers.
From deep. No good on the shot. Shea with it. And the miss. And so it's the Hornets who come out on top. They didn't make it easy on themselves or their fans, but in the end, everyone's satisfied.
I mean, there were some times that momentum shifted, and especially early on, but let's give this group a lot of credit for that stick-to-itiveness in terms of finishing out and executing.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, and the rest of our terrific crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. So long and good night, everyone.
The 2K Sports post-game show.
Welcome back. This is Ernie Johnson along with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. Time now to catch up with our special post-game guest.
Hey, what's up? It's Shaq. Listen, you've been on one the last few games. Wow. What do you think you have to do to sustain this level of production?
Shaq, man, the best has yet to come. I know you're going to kill me for saying that. I'll probably go in a tank the next couple of games, but that's all right, man. But that's just the confidence I have, the confidence in my abilities, the abilities of my teammates. This has been a good run for me, but it's only going to get better going forward, unless it doesn't.
Going into the tank, the fish tank or the gas tank? Back to you, Ernie.
And that'll wrap things up. Thank you for joining us. For Shaq, for Kenny, for Kevin Harlan, for the entire 2K Sports crew, this is Ernie Johnson. Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Che, need you for that meet and greet with auction winners.
Can you give me a second?
It's gotta be now.
So just 1 second, 1 second.
Che, we should go.
Hey, you got my colorways. Hey, cool, kid. You the man, you the man. Oh, you, man.
Good job.
Listen up, listen up, listen up. All right, tonight's game ball goes to the guy who left it out there. The guy who said, I don't care what I gotta do. We're not losing this game. Che, get up here. Nice work, man.
Appreciate it, Coach. Hey, man, there's another group of guys I'd rather go to war with, all right? I do this for y'all, all right? They don't want no smoke. Let's do this, man.
Yeah.
You like the display?
What? This is nice, man. You did this?
Yeah, it's team effort. I helped.
What? What's your name, bro?
It's Jake.
Jay. It's
Right
nice.
On. Right on, Jay. If you need anything, just let me know.
We'll do, Jake, man.
Hey, how you been, man?
Hey, need some help?
Let's get to work. Here's what we're gonna do.
You got it. You got it. Come on, man.
Hey, I'll see you later.
Let's get to work. Here's what we're gonna do. Let's get to work. Here's what we're gonna do.
Let's get it started, man. Let's get it started. See you later.
Let's get to work. Here's what we're gonna do.
You got it. You got it. Come on, man. Hey, hit me up.
The key.
What was the process like for people who don't know? Like, you're coming in, you don't know what to expect. What was all going on here today at the mocap studio?
It really was smooth to come in and see all the cameras here and to do your movements.
You said do your movements. So what movements are a part of your game that need to be in 2K20?
Well, first, the baby hair has to be in 2K.
Yeah, the physical.
And a glimpse inside the locker room. Players' final few moments to prepare for the game and the task ahead. The tallest building in Michigan, the Renaissance Center, part of the scenery tonight as we come to you live from Detroit. Greetings, everyone. Welcome to 2K Sports and another exciting edition of NBA basketball. In this game, we'll see the Detroit Pistons going up against the Charlotte Hornets. Our broadcast team tonight, on one side, Greg Anthony. On the other side, Steve Smith. On the sideline, David Aldridge. I'm Kevin Harlan. And let's look at the last handful of seasons and the steal numbers for Rubio. And David Aldridge is standing by for our pregame report. David, good evening.
Well, guys, for all of the star power Blake Griffin had when he was in Los Angeles, it was tough for him to be the leader of the Clippers. There were bigger voices in the locker room, such as CP3 and Doc Rivers. But Pistons coach Dwayne Casey said, in Detroit, he's definitely the leader. When he speaks, everybody listens. This is his team. Kevin?
Yeah, and he has their confidence. David, thank you. You know what, Smitty, tonight we have two teams that love to push the tempo, love the pace. Smitty, do you like the fact the NBA is getting faster?
You know, I like it, Kevin. What I don't like is the coming down and taking a shot, an ill-advised shot. There's nothing wrong with playing fast, getting the ball up the court. If you don't have an advantage or a high percentage shot, just bring it out and run your offense.
Stay within the offense, in other words.
Yep,
right?
stay within the offense.
So let's take a look at the Charlotte starting lineup. Brown out there with Monk. Then it's Brook Lopez. Then it's Bridges. And it's Washington in at the 4. On for the Pistons. On the front line, the talented duo of Griffin and Drummond. Kennard is out there with Derrick Rose. And it's Covington in at the small forward. So the Hornets win the tip. Here's Che. What a tremendous game he played against Dallas. Trying to get open is Lopez. And that one's good to go from Che.
From mid-range, Che's not worried about what the analytics say. He's just trying to get buckets.
Griffin looking around. It's tipped. They get it back. He blocks it again. They recover it. The pass to Kennard. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Takes it out to Covington. It's over Bridges. Tough sequence there. They just couldn't get it to fall. Here are the Hornets with the ball. They want to keep it rolling here following the win against Dallas.
And that's the kind of game that can give you a lot of momentum. And you can come away from that feeling like you have the confidence to be able to win those nail biters.
Lets it go from 11. Here's Drummond. And he uses the glass on the layup.
That breaks their string of misses. Now 1 for 5. You can feel their sense of relief.
And a wide open look for Shea. They grab their own miss. The shot's good from Lopez.
Can't let Lopez get comfortable down low. The second he does, there's no stopping.
Passes to Covington. First quarter, about a minute and a half in. From downtown, nailed from three-point land.
Have to guard Covington at all times from outside the arc. He is lethal from deep.
There's Brown with the 3. And the rebound goes to Griffin. Pistons have gone 2 of 6 from the field.
And guys, one thing that has been interesting to see since Blake Griffin came to Detroit is how he's developed as a leader. Has come into his own with how he takes responsibility for the team's play. And that's up-tempo basketball at its best. So much easier to operate in the open court when a steal triggers the break.
Here in the first, just under 2.5 minutes played so far. Rose finds Griffin. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. And with Griffin, you look at his time on the Clippers, and for most of his career, he was more of a second in command.
Coach Casey said last year early on that Griffin is the leader of this team, and Blake took it upon himself to step up to the challenge. It makes sense no matter how you look at it. He's their best player and needs to be one of the leaders.
And for Blake Griffin, always a great outside shooter for the power forward position, Greg, but he's added range the last few seasons.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen Griffin go from a guy who might take 1-3 a game to someone putting up about 6 a night. The results have been there for him as he shoots a respectable rate from beyond.
Outside Rose, pass to Drummond. And blocked. That one goes careening off the glass. Here's Che. Here's Monk to the left wing. Bridges, no one around him. And it's off the back rim, no good. The Pistons shooting well off their usual numbers, around 29% so far. Here's Rose. And now the first timeout called here for the Hornets. Their last encounter was in Detroit, where they were able to handle the Pistons.
Well, last time out, they got the win in large part because of the play of their bench, and they provide. And it's a bonus whenever Lopez comes up with the swat Want to see more of this from the big fella.
Blake Griffin, he's checked in for the Pistons. And a switcher also for Charlotte. Monk's checked in. Kennard kicks to Covington. Detroit, no good that time either. Charlotte's gone 1 of 2 on three-pointers here in the second quarter so far. On the floor for Charlotte, Washington out there with Brook Lopez. Then it's Bridges. And there's Monk, and it's Brown in at the 1 spot. Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, in Blake Griffin, the Pistons have their biggest star in years, probably going back to their championship team of 2004. A return to all-star form for Blake meant tremendous individual numbers last season. And the Pistons hadn't won a playoff game in more than a decade. Still not the result they want in 2019. The Pistons will be trying to capitalize during Blake's prime. Kevin, we'll see where this franchise goes from here.
We sure will, David, but he's a terrific player. Thank you so much.
Well, the Pistons, one of the more successful franchises in NBA history. 3 titles and many other trips to the NBA Finals. Only a handful of franchises can say that.
And it's Rose missing.
I mean, he's staying aggressive, trying to regain his touch, but right now, he's hurting the team.
And that one is good. Shay's got the lead up to 7 now for the Hornets.
You know, he's had better starts, obviously, but he's shaking it off here in the second.
And Smitty, you were talking about the Pistons, a history of success, of championships. But the last 10 years have been difficult.
Pistons have struggled the last decade. You're so right, Kevin. But this team has a track record of not staying down for long. Detroit doing what they can to return to championship contention. I mean, tremendous body control in the air. Andre with the easy catch and flush.
And there's another one for the Hornets.
I love the confidence he's shooting with. Big improvement here in the second period.
Outside Rose. That's tipped. Bridges with it, and Rose picks him up defensively. Here's Brown. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. Robert Covington picks one up.
Attacking in the lane. Che embracing the physicality of this game.
First trip to the line for him here.
And you know, something I remember from their last game was how good he was at the line.
The first free throw is good. Detroit making a switch here. Brown's checked in. And then for Charlotte, Hernangomez comes in for Brook Lopez. And it's Batum in for Bridges.
And it's well known, Che stayed in college all 4 years, which generally gets a bad rap. But every person's path is different.
And the pass to Griffin. Outside Covington. Pistons keep it alive. Drummond goes up again, and he lays it up and in. Drummond's got 6.
A man among boys on the offensive glass. Andre Drummond picks up a lot of extra points this way.
Passes it to Monk. And here is Hernangomez. On the wing, Che. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
And you don't ever want to get into the habit of letting the offense get to the rim.
After having no trips to the free throw line in the first period, he's being much more aggressive now.
Looking at who's out there now for the Pistons. Morris is checked in for Andre Drummond. Christian Wood comes in for Blake Griffin. And Dumboya is subbed in for Robert Covington. The Hornets also changing it up. Biombo, he's checked in for Washington. And Terry Rozier subbed in for Malik Monk.
You know, a big change last season for Luke Kennard happened when he stopped worrying about taking bad shots. He was asked to be more proactive on offense and start creating chances for himself instead of waiting for the ball to be swung to him.
Ricky Rubio checked. With 1 on the clock. No good. Shot missing. It's been all about Che for the Charlotte Hornets. That quarter had to take a lot out of him. He racked up 12 points. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Hey, Kevin. Che, it's been announced you'll compete in the dunk contest for the first time. Give us a little teaser of what we're going to see.
It'll be exciting. But, I still have a lot of parts to iron out. I know I'll be taking suggestions, working on ideas with my teammates after practice. And I'm pretty sure, I'll pick out a few winners.
Well, we certainly look forward to see what you come up with. Guys, back to you.
Thank you, David. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the second half momentarily. We played through the first half. Plenty of basketball, though, left in this one. While you look at Shea in this game, he has been everywhere.
Definitely been challenging the defense here early on, not settling for anything outside.
He's been very effective on the move, forcing the action, getting to his spots, and finishing plays.
On the front line, the talented duo of Griffin and Drummond. Rose is out there with Kennard, and it's Covington in at the 3, the small forward. That's the 5 on the floor for the Pistons. Here's Rose. Shea with the block.
Nice job of attacking that shot. Shea wants to intimidate you.
Detroit with the ball. It's a 5-point game, and the foul called on Shea. That'll be his second foul of the game. Covington kicks to Rose. At the elbow, it's Drummond. Clock at 6. The Pistons need to get off a shot here.
Only 1 for 4 in this half. Sometimes it's execution. Sometimes the shots just don't go down.
Hey, Smitty, every NBA player has their Mount Rushmore. Every NBA fan does. The 4 players they consider the best of all time. So I'll ask you, who is on your NBA Mount Rushmore?
I would say Michael Jordan, Kevin, Magic Johnson, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, and Kobe Bryant. Those are by 4.
Outside Rose. Shoots over Brown. Shot is good, and the Charlotte lead is cut down to 6 and the bucket from Rose.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Brown against Rose. He hits Brown with the drive. That shot is good. He has made 8 while missing only 4. That's 67% shooting. And so it's Rose who brings the ball up for the Detroit Pistons. They get to take on the Magic at Orlando after this one. That will be a getaway game for them, a 1-game road trip. Lopez with the block.
And the shots just continue to say no in terms of falling.
Shea passes to Lopez. A stupendous finish in traffic. Lopez has got the lead up to 10 now for Charlotte.
3 straight to begin this half. Couldn't have drawn it up any better.
At the elbow, it's Drummond. It's Covington on the wing. Defended by Bridges. Outside, Covington. Drummond trying to get himself free. Covington with the bucket. Covington's got 5. Hornets leading by 8. Pass to Washington. Griffin with the steal. And here's the fast break. Rose leading the way. Pass to Covington. Launches a 3. Detroit getting another chance here. And Drummond kicks to Covington. 6 to shoot. Tries again. They get it back. And so the ball goes out of bounds. Lopez touched it last. Brown, he's checked in for Derrick Rose. The Hornets also changing it up. Marvin Williams is checked in for Washington. Murray comes in for Miles Bridges. And Ricky Rubio is subbed in for Monk. Stolen by Rubio. And here we go. Shea heading to the hoop. And stolen by Drummond. Clock keeps going. 3 minutes into the second half now. Over to the left wing. Poke loose, and it's out of bounds to the Pistons as Detroit retains possession. Rebounding and defense, Drummond provides Smitty. Feels similar to an old-school center.
Yeah, it does. Drummond is still very effective, even without having an outside shot, but he's gotten better at that. Most centers now can shoot threes, but Drummond is happy to stick to what he does best.
Hornets leading by 8. Setting the floor for the Hornets. Monk is out there with Brown. Then it's Brook Lopez. Then it's Bridges. And it's Washington in at the 4. And Charlotte turns it over again.
That is just a careless turnover. You've got to be smarter in those exchanges.
We've played just over 1 minute here in the fourth quarter. Pistons passing it around. Kicks it out to Covington. Here's Drummond. He blocks it again.
A defensive stalwart so far. That's 6 blocks.
Greg protecting the rim. Love the hustle.
Finding a little rhythm here that they have to like where they're at.
They're playing well. They're building momentum. This is how they can turn a small lead into a big one.
Bounce pass from Rose. To the inside. And they call the foul, so he's got the and one chance here to make it a three-point play.
Derrick Rose inside is a treat to watch because watch how high he gets off the floor.
Charlotte leading by 7. Now here's Che. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
He's a difficult guy to guard off the bounce. Che catches the defender a little out of position.
And Brown drops them both.
And he's been rock solid at the free throw line tonight. A little bit of an unexpected bonus for them.
And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touch by Brown. Here's Rose. Over Che. And there's Derrick Rose on the assist from Covington. 17 points for Rose. The Hornets have gone 2 of 4 from the field since we started the final quarter of play. Monk for 3. Good on the three-point shot. Monk's got the lead up to 10 now for the Hornets.
And what a half for this offense. If they can stay this hot, a great chance to extend this lead.
To the paint. Here's Griffin, and there's another one for the Pistons.
Nice pass by Derrick Rose, spotting a wide open guy from the corner of his eye.
Monk, the pass to Brown. Over Rose. And he wills that one in, sinking right through off the back iron. Pistons have gone 5 of 10, 50% from the field. And just about 3 minutes through the fourth quarter here, Griffin. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. It's going to be on Che.
In terms of drawing fouls, Griffin is one of the best we have in the NBA.
That free throw, no good.
Well, probably a little draft in the arena tonight. He's the last guy you expect to miss the mark by that much.
Absolutely. And he's good on the second.
You know, thinking back, Chauncey Billups once said Griffin might be too nice of a guy, yet he's a league leader in technicals almost every season.
Monk, no one around him. His three-pointers off the mark. Pistons trail by 9. And there's a minute 45 left in the fourth quarter. Rose against Brown. Rose, that's good. Rose has got 13 points in the second half.
Each possession, more confidence from Derrick Rose. He wants the basketball. He's starting to knock him down.
And he gets it back. Monk, the pass to Lopez. Kicks to Brown. Detroit with the rebound. Kennard's got 4 rebounds now tonight. 1:12 left in the fourth quarter. Outside, Covington. Shot clock at 6. Outside for Griffin. Shoots. It's in! Oh, and that cuts the lead to just 5.
Top-notch play from Griffin. That was a bucket they needed.
Rose against Brown. Trying to get open is Lopez. Detroit with the rebound. Outside Griffin. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. That's on Miles Bridges.
He doesn't let you off the hook, Blake Griffin. He likes to draw contact, and usually gets to the free throw line.
And no good as the first free throw missing for him. We'll see if he can nail the second. And he ends up making the second, and that shrinks the margin to just 4.
That one miss was huge. He had a chance to turn this into a one-possession game.
Two points here might be all the cushion they need.
You would think so. This game is theirs for the taking.
And so they choose to intentionally foul. He hits the first one, and that puts them up by 5. Second free throw, no good that time. He really wanted that one.
And not as productive a trip as you would like, but they're still in a pretty comfortable position.
Fade away. Offensive rebound. And it's Drummond missing. And here's Brown. He'll bring it up for the Charlotte Hornets. And so they foul intentionally. And he misses the first one. Boy, he wanted that one to fall. That's good, going 1 of 2 from the line, and that increases their lead to 6. Time called here. The Pistons decide to talk it over. They're trailing by 6. There's 18 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Guys, your thoughts?
They need a quick basket here.
Not only do they need a bucket, they need a 3 just to give them any chance at all.
And now we get the chance to present our Jordan Player of the Game, Shea.
And it's been a ridiculous performance in the best sense possible. I mean, everything about his game has been working. And no matter what they've thrown at him, he's had the answer.
There's 18 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Knocks down the trifecta.
Love the play there on the inbound. The defense lost contact with him, and he knocks down the triple. Yeah, you have to do that, though. You can't just let him dribble the game out.
So the first one drops, and that gives them a 4-point cushion. Second one is good. Getting both at the line, and it's a 5-point game.
Tremendous showing of confidence by getting those 2 to fall.
Time called here. The Pistons decide to talk it over. They're down by 5. 15 seconds left in the game. .15 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Kicks it out to Covington. From deep. The Pistons rebound. And Rose wide open. He shoots. Can't drop the tough three-pointer.
And he's a good shooter from outside, but not sure from that deep.
You know, we're seeing players move further and further back to create space, but that does make it a tougher shot.
A truly gutsy performance away from home.
You know, it really was. And Kevin, when this one was hanging in the balance late, they showed just what a tough-minded group they can be.
And that about wraps it up. For David Aldridge, Greg Anthony, and Steve Smith, and the rest of our terrific 2K Sports crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.
Hey, man, Shaq here. Nice win for you guys tonight. Talk about any edges you felt you had coming in.
I don't know if we call it an edge, man, but I thought our decision-making as a group was really solid tonight. We're making good reads, finding the right moments to cut, delivering passes on time, all essential when the game's separated by just a few buckets.
Thought I was watching Golden State, but I was watching you.